Thunder takes down the Spurs in what has to be the best win of the season. Does that have Portland, Utah, and the Lakers shaking in their sneakers? From the Dodge Sports Desk, I'm Mike Sherman. This is the NBA and OKC with Mike Baldwin. Mike, the Thunder beat the Spurs 78-76 Monday night in the Ford Center. I just called it the biggest win of the year. Was it?
Yeah, I definitely think it was. I mean, they've beaten some other playoff teams, Dallas, Utah, Portland, but San Antonio's the number 2 seed in the West. And oh, by the way, they've won 3 NBA titles in the last 6 years. So without question, it's a veteran team. You saw it early in the game when they had the 17-point lead, great ball movement, great defense when they got the lead. So to come back from that and beat a team of that caliber that has a lot to play for, definitely the biggest win of the year.
Okay, Mike, when the Thunder won 5 out of 6 a couple weeks ago, there was talk that some of that success was built upon a soft schedule. Was it?
Well, part of it was. It's who you play, especially on the road. But the one thing about this Thunder team right now is they're very dangerous in their arena. They're 12-6 at home since New Year's Eve. By the way, those 6 losses, 3 of them buzzer beaters. 2 Melo, 1 Chris Paul, another one 2-point loss to Yao Ming and the Rockets. And then it took Mr. Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant, the other 2 games, to have great fourth quarters. They've been in every game in the fourth quarter in the Ford Center since New Year's Eve. This is a very tough team to beat in the Ford Center right now.
Okay, so they've knocked off the Spurs, as you said, Dallas, Utah, Portland. Does this now turn the Thunder into a spoiler in the Western Conference playoffs? They've got some big games coming up. Spurs again, 2 more games with the Trailblazers, Jazz, Lakers, Nuggets. What do you make of their ability to be a spoiler?
Yeah, we're going to examine that a little further on Friday because Utah's in town, another team, because we got Derrick Rose and Westbrook, of course, coming in Wednesday. But Friday, we're going to examine exactly who is left on their schedule. I think definitely in the Ford Center. When they go out to play Portland on the road, probably not. When they play Denver on the road later on, probably not. But they are even getting a little better on the road. They had Phoenix down by double digits, remember, Saturday before Phoenix once again rallied. So they're even a little more dangerous on the road. But remember, they got Portland coming here, Utah coming here. Charlotte even now is only 1 game back in the East. They'll be coming here, and that's the kind of game that the Thunder will probably be a favorite, and it's only like 3 or 4 games left in the season. Charlotte may be fighting for its playoff life at that point, but this will be a tough place for them. So there's 4 or 5 games in the Ford Center that if you get the win, it'll be a lot bigger win than people thought it was a couple months ago.
Okay, the Celtics, who the Thunder has coming up in Boston, but now they've fallen 4 games behind Cleveland in the Eastern Conference standings. Do you see the Cavs now as the team to beat in the East?
I definitely do. I mean, Garnett comes back. It's going to be the same old Celtics. They can definitely make a run. But last year, remember, the one thing that I thought why they may not beat the Lakers in the finals is they barely got out because of the home court advantage against Atlanta. Then they barely got out against Cleveland, and they needed that home court advantage. They won't have this time around. They proved in the finals against the Lakers they could win on the road. They've proven it the last year and a half they can win on the road. But with Cleveland having home court advantage, and I even think Orlando, a second-round matchup would be very testy for them, just like Miami might test Cleveland in the semis if it gets to that. But I think Cleveland's the team to beat, but Boston's still the champion. And we're going to examine that, by the way, when they come up, talking to people around the league. Are they still the team to beat?
Okay, Mike, 4 weeks left in the regular season. We can take some inventory. What teams do you see as surprise teams right now?
Well, the one I think the biggest surprise to me at this very moment is Houston. I mean, they lose McGrady for the season, had him in and out. Artest has been in and out hurt. Yao's even missed games, and they're still finding ways to win games. I keep thinking this is a team that's going to do what Denver's done. Lose games, start falling down the standings, make the playoffs, of course, but be a 5, 6, 7, 8 seed. Instead, they're the team right on San Antonio's heels right now. They even traded a point guard out to Orlando to help them out. So I've been surprised by their grit. They're a pretty solid team, but considering the way that thing's fallen apart as far as injuries and chemistry and everything, they've surprised me to be in the position they are. On the negative side, Detroit went through a really, really bad stretch, but now they're regrouping to where they'll make the playoffs. But I think they're the surprise on the bad side. And then New Orleans has underachieved a little bit all year long. About the time you think they got it going, winning 5 or 6 in a row, then they'll lose a home game or something. So, I mean, it really boils down to, I think, in the West, Utah really found itself since Boozer came back. So I say Utah, San Antonio have a shot at the Lakers. Orlando and Boston have a shot at Cleveland. I'd be surprised if anybody but those 6 teams win it.
Okay, thanks, Mike. That's all for the NBA and OKC right now, but you can stay with the best coverage team anywhere, every day at News OK and every morning in the Oklahoman.